Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the cute little fall things I made for my home. Some of these are super simple and easy, and some of them do require a little bit more work, but they're not complicated at all. So keep on watching to see how I did every single DIY. At the end, I do show you guys a video of how everything turned out in my home. I like to keep things simple as possible because who really has time to sit and do like 30 different DIYs, from ripping Dollar Tree stuff apart to making other stuff. So these are just some simple ideas I thought would be super cute and helpful for those of us who aren't that artistic or creative. So keep watching and hope you guys really enjoy this video. Okay guys, here I'm going to show you how I made this super easy scarecrow sitting in a wheelbarrow with hay and pumpkins. So I did buy these stakes from the Home Depot. I will link them below so you're also able to find them online. And the pack did come with 12 and ended up only needing 6. So I'm going to paint them brown, and then I'm going to add a hint of red to give them like a cherry looking stain. Okay, now that all the sticks have been painted and dried, so all you're going to do is just hot glue them together. And you can also use E6000 or the wood glue, whatever you feel comfortable, but I feel like they stayed sturdy just with the hot glue. Okay, then now that all my panels are completely dry and it's super sturdy, if you do see some glue seeping through the edges, you can go ahead and just paint them over with some leftover paint. Okay, now you're just going to need a wheelbarrow of any kind. I ended up finding this one at Hobby Lobby as well. So here I'm not going to glue or attach anything together. I'm just going to place them there because everything was sturdy enough and I was not going to be moving it around. Okay, now that we're done with that, I'm just going to get my scarecrow, and I have already cut the stick off so I can put into the floral foam that I'm going to put at the bottom of the basket. Okay, now that I have put my scarecrow down, we're just going to get these little hay bales that I found also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to leave them in the plastic because I did not want to take them off and then have like a huge mess all over my floor. And you can't even tell the plastic's on from like a distance. Okay, now I'm going to be adding some foam pumpkins that I got also from the Dollar Tree into my hay. And I would advise that you put the sticks first into the hay because it was kind of hard to puncture through. Okay, now that we've arranged our pumpkins, so now we're just going to remove the scarecrow and cut up this raffia that I also got from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to cut it up into pieces so you can put it all under him so it can look like a nice figure, like he's sitting like a nice piece of thick hay. Okay, once you think you have enough hay in the bottom, you can just sit him back to where he belongs. You can start adding hay to the sides so you can make it look more fluffy. It just depends how you want it to look. Okay guys, once we're done with all of this, we're just gonna get this sign that I also bought from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna cut off the harvest part, and I'm gonna put it on a little stick, the one that I ripped off earlier from the scarecrow, and I'm just gonna hot glue it to the back of the sign, and we're gonna stick it to the top of the picket fence to look like he's sitting there saying, okay, harvest over here. Okay, once you're all done with all of that, now the sign is dry and we're just going to stick it in to either the left or the right. Just depends where you want it to go. And it didn't require no glue or nothing. I just simply stuck it right in between the hay bales and the little picket fence. And it won't move, it stayed sturdy. how I arranged this pumpkin truck. So all I did was just buy this truck from the Hobby Lobby. got that raffia hay from the Dollar Tree, and I also got a little cute, like a cute material pumpkin. So I'm just gonna fill the back of the truck with a little bag so you can give it height. And I'm gonna fill it in with this hay, and then I'm going to put my pumpkin on top. It's gonna be something super cute but so simple at the same time. You don't have to break your head over how you're gonna do this DIY. Just go out and buy the truck, get the little pumpkin from the Dollar Tree, and there you go. Okay guys, and for this pumpkin and Scarecrow wagon, all you're gonna need is some flowers from the Dollar Tree. And I found that wagon from Michael's. I'll go ahead and link it down below so you're able to find it. And here I'm just going to be showing you guys the flowers I'm using. I'm going to arrange them into the wagon how I want them to come out. Okay, now that I'm done adding in my flowers, I'm just going to put in these foam pumpkins that I found from the Dollar Tree. And I'm also going to add these super cute Scarecrow heads that I found from the Dollar Tree as well to the back of my basket to make it seem like if they're out there protecting the pumpkins from the crows. I forgot to add this, but all I did was buy that tin from the Dollar Tree and paint it white. Okay, now that our tin is all dry from yesterday's paint, I'm gonna start Mod Podging these super cute napkins that I found at the Dollar General, which I recommend you guys hit the Dollar General ASAP because they have super cute things there, which I will be showing you later on in the video. So here I'm just gonna cut up the napkins to the size of the canister. Now that I'm ready, cut and measured out the pieces that I want to put, you're just going to get your Mod Podge, and I'm using the one that you can get at Walmart. I think it's like the puzzle one, but there's like a bunch of kinds of Mod Podge. This is just the one that I prefer to use. And it does dry on clear, so you don't got to worry about nothing. So just spread it on. And once you spread it on, now we're going to get our picture, which this is just a napkin from the Dollar General. You're going to place it on and press it down lightly. Okay, after I was done pressing it on, this is how it looked. So now you're just going to do the final coat on top, but lightly. Do not press hard because you might rip the paper in half, and we don't want that. Okay, now that's done. You're just going to let it dry. But right now I'm going to show you guys how I did the other side. I ended up loving both pieces of the napkin. So I'm like, why not put the picture on both sides and just flip it around whenever you're done seeing one side. Now I'm getting the rest of my napkin. I'm just going to trim it down to the size that I want. And just follow the same process again and you should be good. Okay guys, for this next project, we're going to be decoupaging a little hand cutting board that I got from Hobby Lobby. And we're going to be using these super cute napkins that I got from the Dollar General, which I recommend you guys hit up the Dollar General ASAP because they have super cute things right now. So you're just going to need the cutting board. That's from Hobby Lobby. some Mod Podge. I'm using the puzzle one, but it all dries clear, so it doesn't matter. Some scissors and a little paintbrush. Let it dry. I went ahead and also added the little gather for the Okay, now that we're about to be finished with this, I'm just gonna put on the side to let it dry. And at the very end of the video, I will show you how they came out. Okay, and here I'm just going to be showing you guys what I did to the bike. So all I did was just buy this metal plancher from the Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and ripped off the back of the stick from the side, and then I'm just going to get that rope to tie it to the basket. But before I do that, I'm going to remove all the butterflies and the flowers that I had from the summer. And I will link the video down below on how I made this bike plancher, so you can see how I made it from start to end. But here I'm just going to be showing you what I did to revamp it for this fall. Show you guys quickly how I put the flowers in there. And also you can easily just go buy the pumpkin cutouts that the Dollar Tree has right now, paint them, and do the same process that I did with the butterflies, and you can add the pumpkins in there. I personally just want to keep it simple this time. Wrapping it up, I'm just gonna start putting in the flowers where I think they will look nice. And I'm gonna speed you guys up so you don't have to keep watching me for hours here trying to figure out where I'm gonna place these flowers. And once I figure out where I want them to go, I'm gonna go ahead and put the stem deep in under the burlap so they won't move anywhere, and they'll be sturdy and they'll be fine. But I do recommend that if you're gonna put this outside or sell these or give them away, try to use like floral tape to wrap around the wire, or use hot glue or something more stable than just this option. Me personally, I picked this because I'm just gonna have it here in my living room, and there's no one gonna move it, so nothing will ever fall apart. Okay guys, now I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my wreath using the Dollar Tree sign that I used earlier in the video. All I did was just tie back the bottom plaque together with the rope that was already there. And I just went ahead and punched a hole on the top of the sign and used my rope to go ahead and tie the sign to the wreath. Okay, now that the sign is tied on, I will be later on in the video punching hole through the bottom of the truck to also tie it to the back to make sure it stays fully secure so it does not fly away. And now here I'm just showing you guys the type of flowers I'm going to be using. And before you ever hot glue anything or tie anything, always be sure to put your flowers where you think you're going to want them before you do any final changes, because it will be a hassle to unglue them or untie them, and it just makes more work. So here I'm just figuring out where I want to put the flowers, arranging them where I think they will look best. I gotta give props to those who make wreaths for a living, because it was actually kind of pretty hard for me. This was my first ever wreath I have ever tried. Once you get the hang of it, it'll go pretty fast from there, but to start off it's a little bit hard. So I was trying not to use that much hot glue because I didn't want to rip apart the wooding from the wreath. So I was just trying to make the stems long enough so I can entwine them with the rope that was already there, and changing up some of the pumpkins and adding some leaves. Okay, and here I've already advanced to the other side, and I decided to take off the bow and the little pumpkin. Sadly, I ended up losing the footage, but at the very end of this video, you will see how everything came out in case I left things out. Okay guys, and here's how the bike planter came out. I'm so sorry about the lighting. I didn't realize it was extremely dark. But I will link the video down below on how I made this bike so you can see how I did it from start to finish. And all I did was just change out the flowers for the fall. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys my bookcase that I bought from Dollar General. I will also link it down below so you guys can buy it. So here's just all the decor that I have. I like to keep it simple. I'm not really one of those like super DIYers. And here's how our canister came out from earlier. It's already super dry and it looks super nice. And I'm obsessed with trucks, as you guys can see, and scarecrows. And I bought this from the Dollar General also for $1. And this one was from Walmart for I believe like $2.50. I bought it last year. This was a gift from my grandma, so I don't know where she got it from. That's from the Dollar General and the Dollar Tree. Bought those years ago also. But see, simple and cute, can't go wrong. Now I'm going to show you guys my little table that I have between my couches. Well, my rocking chairs. That pumpkin and that little truck are from the Dollar General. I believe I paid $1 for both. And here's our cute little Scarecrow wagon. And again, sorry about the lighting. I didn't realize it was dark. But bear with me. And up here I kept it simple. Just that little vine and that little truck. Which I'm going to add more vines later on. And here is our oh, excuse my plant, guys. And here's my super cute Scarecrow wreath. It came out extremely cute. At first, I doubted myself. I'm like, no, these colors don't match. And at the end, remember, never doubt yourself. Okay, now here's the wreath that I did in the beginning. So this one I ended up tying it again from the bottom to secure it. I ended up going with the cream colored pumpkin. And I kept this one super simple, but it came out extremely nice. And everything is secure, even though I just stuck the stems into the twine. Like it's fine, it won't fall apart. And here we have the little mini cutting board. It's already all dry and it came out super cute. And I just placed it here on my wall with a little tack because I didn't have a nail to put it through. And I got this oven mitt from the Dollar General, and they had a bunch of different styles and they were all $1. And I got this little soap dispensing truck from the Hobby Lobby, and this nice towel also from the Dollar General for $1. And I got this plastic mat from the Dollar General for $1, and they had a bunch of other styles as well and super sturdy. And I also picked up this cute little leathery, cottony fabric placemat also. This one was $2. And this was a gift from my sister many years ago. I don't remember where she got it from, but you can put little candles inside. And my little bamboo plant.